Hey guys, it's Nella here with a prompt response to Wikistar 101's prompt, what do you do with disappointing doll wigs? And first off, I would say if a doll wig disappoints you because the color's not right, or if the style's not right, or the fiber isn't what you wanted, I'd first off say, try selling it. That being said, sometimes a doll wig disappoints you because of other things, like maybe you love the color but the length is wrong, or as has happened to me once, maybe the rooting job is just so bad that you can't use it, but you don't want to sell it because you don't want to sell such a poor quality wig to someone else. In that case, I would say go and just take a pair of scissors to that thing. I have one wig that disappointed me like that. It was actually the wig that Drew came with from her original owner. It's a J-Pop's Kiki wig in snow, and the pigtails are wonderful. The actual fiber itself is pretty average. It's fairly nice. It's very silky. The problem is the main part of the wig. The rooting is just horrible on it. Very sparse, and of course these fibers are very thin as well, so the wig cap is extremely visible underneath everything. The wig cap is white, by the way, but you can still tell in photos that it's... Honestly, the fibers are so thin and this rooting is so sparse that it's just really, really bad. And to top things off, it didn't end up working out for Drew. The moment I got her a shorter wig, I realized completely, I went, what was I thinking having her in long pigtails? That looks horrible. So now I've got this wig just sitting around in my wig box. I've since moved it to my selling box, but I don't feel comfortable selling that wig because I don't want to disappoint someone else. Not to mention the fact that I'd have no idea how to price it. J-Pop doesn't sell that wig anymore, and I think I remember the cost being somewhere along $16 to $20, I forget. But yeah, like I would not want to sell that to someone. So what I'm going to do instead is I am going to take a pair of scissors to it. But I'm waiting until I have a boy doll to do that there to wear white hair. Most likely Faust will end up wearing that wig at some point. Which works out fine because Faust and actually a number of my other boy characters, they usually wear hoodies or hats or things, so that horrible rooting job, and it really is. It's a really poor rooting job, would be hidden most of the time. But when I mentioned, like maybe the color is perfect, but the length is wrong, I actually have an example of that too. Benjy's wig, which you may or you probably don't know, started life off like this. Ridiculous, eh? But the wig itself was nice enough. Not the greatest quality fibers, but the color is very nice. In complete contrast to my other disappointing wig, the rooting was very thick, very well placed, very, very, very nice rooting job. The problem is, after a year of having it, one of the elastics broke. And I've always had short hair, so I'm no good at redoing braids. So it stayed there, and I didn't want to sell it because one of the braids was broken, and I went like, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. Thankfully, when Benjy came around, I took one look at it, put it on him, and I went, that color is perfect. But you look ridiculous in it. So, I took a pair of scissors to it. I should say, I had multiple steps that I took photos of, just for the heck of it. I undid the elastics. I brushed it out multiple times with a Volks brush until it looked like this. At which point I decided to take the scissors to it. And I got to something where I liked the shape, and even though I've since took the scissors to it yet again to get even thinner, to make it look a bit more boyish on him, which works for the character. It works for the character that my scissor skills are not the greatest, and that the cuts aren't even. So, yes, that is what I've done with my disappointing doll wigs. So step 1 is try and sell it. But if you don't feel comfortable selling it for reasons, just try and make it your own. If it's heat resistant, definitely try just straightening it. See if that covers any bald spots. But if it's non-heat resistant, which pretty much all of my wigs aren't, just take scissors and be creative. If it goes horribly, then it goes horribly. But if it works out, like it did with this guy, then you will be so happy that you did it. And yes, that is it. Oh, no it isn't. That is it for the prompt, but not it for this video. I have an update on Benjy's body. It is in my city. It cleared customs yesterday. The office where it was delivered closed at 6 p.m. precisely 5 hours after it cleared customs. They decided to not deliver. They are closed on Saturday and Sunday, which really annoys me because I know their offices elsewhere in the country are open on those days. So I have to wait until Monday to bring this guy, to finally have him on a body so he's not a creepy floating skull head. I'm trying to be patient, but it only took less than 3 days to get from Hong Kong all the way here to Canada. And now I have to wait just as long to be able to have him in my hands because the office is closed. It's really annoying. But on a happy note, very happy note, it was my boyfriend and my anniversary yesterday, and we of course exchanged presents. It turned out my present for him was even more awesome than we thought, because the butterfly pocket watch I bought him turned out to be purely mechanical, which means you have to wind it up, which is awesome because he's had pocket watch batteries keep dying on him, so wind up was perfect. And I'd kind of forgotten what his gift for me was. This thing is awesome. It is. This is wood. Very nice velveteen cushioning. It is SD size. And it's the other reason I can't wait to... it's the other reason actually that I'm really impatient for me to be able to put Benjy on his body. Because the moment I pulled this out of the bag, God, I went like, this is perfect. I can imagine Benjy being on his body, being sprawled over this, with one of his bottles of champagne in his hands. I'm like, yes, yes. And then I checked the tracking and found out that he had cleared customs in my city, but that I don't have him in my hands yet. Done you! Ah, crap. I'm still not looking forward to all the brokerage fees. Ah. Oh, gosh. Okay. And on that emotional roller coaster note, I leave you